Amanda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I thought today we could just spend a few minutes discussing ASMR. And what that kind of means to me. And I think probably some of my more frequent listeners have similar experiences I do. But I've noticed I've had some people who are popping in, they've just seen a single video and they make kind of comments along the lines of, this person's an idiot, she has to count, cards twice, even, whatever. They just don't really get what's happening. And I understand that. So I just thought I'd take a minute to kind of explain a little bit about what ASMR is to me. So this term ASMR is actually kind of new to me. Apparently, I wrote it down here because I don't even know. When people ask me what does that stand for, I'm like, I don't. It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. But for me personally, the first time I think I recall experience ASMR, I was in a speech class in, hold on, let me find my, towel. It's here somewhere. I put out a bunch of props. I have to get them out of the way. I was in speech in, I don't know, probably second grade or so, around there. And the teacher had a whiteboard. And it was a very small room. And she was very pretty with pretty, hands, and she was just very comforting and quiet. And she would write with a marker on, I don't remember if it was paper that she'd pull over or a whiteboard, but her marker, and I don't have one like it, was a really big, thick kind of marker. And when she wrote, it would go squeak, 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 like that. And you could smell the, a Sharpie smell. And I'm sure I wasn't high, but maybe. Anyway, but that was kind of the first time that I really remember being completely kind of overcome with a feeling of total relaxation. And almost like your brain would get, they call it tingles. And some people say they get tingles that are like goosebumps almost down the back of their neck. I know that feeling. And for me, I have to take off my headphones when I get that. It's almost painful. Sometimes when people do that, there's a thing called I don't even know what it's called, but it's where they have a microphone that records on one ear and then the other ear and back and forth. That's too much. It's too intense or something for me. If I have my headphones on, it'll make me feel like I have to whip my headphones off. So I should just go more basic though, if you don't know what it is. ASMR is this thing that some people have when somebody's talking to them, or it could be all sorts of things. They call them triggers. Different people have different triggers. And some of it can be visual, and some of it can be, in audio. But it generally causes a very, pleasant feeling, a feeling of calm and relaxation, and sometimes sleepiness. Um, but yeah, it's just like a really nice feeling. That's all I can say about it. And a lot of people got it ASMR. I think the first time a lot of people realized they had a situation like this was watching the old 1970s artist Bob Ross, because he would talk very quietly and he'd paint and he'd paint and he kind of breathed a little bit heavy and he'd make happy little trees and it would do this and this and he'd and I'm not going to do Bob Ross because, to be honest, I didn't watch him that often. I would see him on PBS occasionally. And I did enjoy him when I saw him. I'd always be like, oh, that's nice. It didn't give me a full-on ASMR, but it would definitely be relaxing. But I would get bored. And that's the thing with me. I can't have ASMR that's too slow moving. Like some people I think very much enjoy very slow talking, or a lot of like mouth sounds, which are like, I'll just do it real quick. A lot of people that's a trigger. For me, that's not really a trigger, unless it's just subtle and kind of incidental. But when there's a lot of that, and that's just me, like everybody's different. So that's what's interesting about ASMR is when you try to look it up to see it and understand it, it's such a hodgepodge because so many people have totally different triggers. And some of them are, I've never even watched like some of them because I can just read the title. Like they'll say like fast aggressive. I don't even know quite what that means. And then a lot of ASMRs become intertwined with sexual stuff. And I don't know much about that either because I just don't seek it out. So I don't know about that. Like for me, that doesn't go together. Like for me, I'm not saying for anybody else. But they're like different. Anyway, so yeah, I think the first time, like I said, was in a speech class where a teacher was talking. But then after that, I would have it pretty often, I would say. Like at the library, sometimes when a librarian, they used to have, before computers, the card catalog, and a librarian would help you and flip through that card catalog and then get a book and crinkle it open. Oh my God. Like just thinking about that makes me go, oh, it's so nice. And I remember real clearly I had a little art gallery, and like really wealthy women would come in and they'd wear a lot of makeup and they'd have jewelry that kind of, this isn't a good example really, but that would clink, go like clinky, clinky, clink. And they'd fill out, I used to have a book where you'd put your email address if you wanted emails from the store. And so they'd sit there and talk to me and go, I'm writing this and clinky, clink. And I would just sit there going, okay, keep going. And some of them would be talking about like just talking and talking. And my friend who would sometimes work with me, she'd be trying to like make them stop and move on because she was bored. And I'd be like, no. Because I was just like mesmerized. She's like, why were you so interested? And I'm like, it was so relaxing. But that's when I realized around that time, and I was an adult, I was trying to explain it to my friends. I was like, that feeling you get when somebody's talking and just kind of droning, and it's so relaxing, and you're just, oh. And they were like, no, Linda, no. I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, when you get your hair cut and you hear that sound going, or like when they take a spray bottle and they spray your hair. You know that? Like relaxant. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's when I knew I was having an experience other people weren't having. In fact, and I was telling this one person about going to get my wedding dress, I think it was, fitted. And the woman was so soft-spoken. She was like very soft-spoken. And I think she had some kind of like accent of some sort. I don't recall exactly what. But she'd take the tape and go. And then she'd get really up in there and, okay. Okay. And she'd measure and she'd go, okay, I got that. So 27. And then you're 15. You have a 12-inch waist. Okay. A 42-inch bust. Yep. Okay. Yes. And when she did that, I was like, look, doing that to myself, I got goosebumps. That's crazy. I can give myself ASMR. Anyway, but when she did that, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go get dresses fitted every single day. Like, that was the best thing. And it wasn't until whatever year that gentle whisperer, Maria, she put out a video, or I think I really heard it. I think I heard it on audio. I think it was I don't recall if it was a podcast or a video. I can't think of the video in my head because I've listened to the podcast version of it sometimes at night, so I can't picture the audio. But I know the video. But she does a video, or whatever, where she does a suit fitting, a men's suit fitting. And I was like, yep. I love that. So there you go. So that's, if you've ever had that experience that I'm talking about, you may have ASMR. That might be what's going on. But that is why in some of the videos, people who don't know what they're watching get a little confused, because I'll pick up like a ball like this and just go, just like, I don't know, can I handle it? Because that can, I can't really get it going on this one. Oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. And then, like, in a recent video, I was talking about, I was actually talking about gerrymandering. And I had these chips out, and I put them in rows. And at the end, instead of just going, I have 2 rows with 3 each, so I have 6 chips. I went, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. 1, 2 red. Now, I am not such a ninny that I don't know how to count up 6 chips. It's just relaxing sometimes to like hear the clicky or the counting or the sorting. If you have like a group of things and you sort it out, that can be relaxing. And then the other thing is counting cards. Sometimes shuffling. I don't always get it from shuffling myself because I am don't know. That part of cards don't always do it to me, but I know it can for some people. I guess what I was going to say, I just get fascinated by watching it though. Like that's where the relaxation and that is. It's not that I get ASMR. It's that I just find it like a meditation. Sort of like doing pottery. I feel like it's a bit of a meditation. I can shuffle cards for an hour and not get bored. It's a meditation. But counting them like this is more of a ASMR thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. And the other thing is, some people have a preference with their ASMR for a soft-spoken voice, a male voice, a female voice, a whisper voice, a very soft whisper voice, an accented voice. So it's really personal. It's real. That's why sometimes people will come on and say, you know, this is an ASMR. This is nothing like ASMR. You need to do this for it to be ASMR. You need to do that, you know. And everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. I mean, that's the beauty of it. And that's why I think there's so many channels for ASMR, because you can have that many because everybody's different. Like, I happen to find this very soothing. I wouldn't say I get ASMR, but very soothing. So there's like a difference. I don't know. And like this. So sometimes just the sounds, but usually it takes a voice for me personally. I have this, don't look too closely at this airbrush because it's not very clean, but sometimes that kind of sound, definitely plastic for me, like a crinkly plastic. But a lot of times I listen to ASMR videos, not so much for getting tingles or anything like that, but just it really helps me fall asleep. And it seems to help me stay asleep. I don't know why, but maybe it just takes your mind off of whatever your mind's on. And like, I am not super into Disney World, Disneyland, whatever with Disney, but I seek out ASMR videos that are Disney haul videos. There's a couple that, if you're interested, I could try to find them and share them. But there's one by this girl who I love so much. Her name is, oh shoot, I should have written down. I think it's ASMRtist, and I can't remember. There's 2 S's. Like, oh no, I guess it's ASMRtist. Yeah, I think that's it. She does a Disney haul video. It's got like 1,400 views. I'm 400 of those views. Because like I literally turn it on almost every night. And there's this moment where she drops a mug and it clinks really loud. And it has woken me up so many nights. And I still love that video. And then there's another woman who does a whisper haul. I can't remember her name right now. Sometimes I'll watch hers. But it's weird because like I don't really care about Disney, but those make me just relaxed because they look at the Disney ears, you know, like the Mickey Mouse ears, and they make this noise like I guess kind of like this. I don't know. I don't know why I like it. Maybe it's because I don't have an interest in it that I like it, because it just is enough to distract me, but I'll also fall right to sleep because I don't really need to see it, you know. And then there's another one. Her name's Chemo San ASMR, I think. She does a monthly what I've been watching, where she talks about the show she's watching, and she's really good at like breaking down the show without spoiling it. I love those videos, but those I don't fall asleep to. Like, I'm just saying, like, that is not a video I get ASMR. It's just very relaxing for me. It's like when you used to go to a sleepover and you'd have a friend who'd like be jibber jabbing in your ear, and you're kind of so tired and you just fall asleep. It's like that. It's like, thank you for talking me to sleep. The best part about a sleepover was always when, as girls, when you're young, you'd always do this thing where you'd go like drawing a letter on the person's arm while their eyes were closed, and they'd have to guess the letter. Did you guys do that? Oh my god, I love that. Or like doing hair. I always loved it when people would braid my hair. I'm like, yes, braid my hair. And then I had 3 boys, and I never could convince them to do any of that fun stuff. Anyway, so yeah, sorting things out, counting, organizing. Oh yeah, like organizing things can be very relaxing. So if you have like certain things that you think of that you're like, that's what or if you remember the first time you had ASMR and you want to share it in the comments, I think that could be fun. I think it's interesting. There's a person who but has said that like my videos tend to line up with this other ASMR artist who's a man, and I keep wanting to go look at his videos, but I don't get ASMR from male voices ever. I don't think I ever have in my life. It's always been female. So I don't know. I like never watch men. That's not true. There is one guy named Patrick ASMR, I think he's called. But I don't get him. I don't watch him for ASMR. I watch him because he looks at vintage things that I find interesting. So he's more of a distraction. So I don't know. There's a couple different reasons, I think. Anyway, all right, yeah, let me know if you have thoughts about it. I like this sound. I like it. But that other bag, where's that other bag? Hold on. Sorry, it might get loud for a minute. Hold on. Oh, shoot, sorry. Here it is. This bag I use in the NFL pick videos sometimes from Trader Joe's. That's made out of cornstarch. I love this bag. I mean, that's nice, right? It's almost like an ocean wave. Oh, I love the sound of ocean waves. Oh my gosh. That's relaxing. And it's visual too. It's not just